What does Fabio think of Marcus Luttrell? I don't remember who that is.
The lone survivor guy.
Oh, okay.
He's a liar.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? I went a bit too much into the rabbit hole when I did the Lone Survivor review. There's a lot of interesting podcasts about more likely what really happened and all that stuff. That he really ran away, he didn't fire his weapon. Like, what are your thoughts on all of that?
I didn't know much about it till after uh, I watched your review, and then I looked into it. I'm like, I'm not surprised because, first of all, it's so funny to me that all these guys, whether they're Navy SEALs or Special Forces or whatever, they're supposed to be the silent professionals, but they all write a book, they all have a podcast, they all get movies made. I thought you were the silent professionals, you know. But when I was in the military, I would get yelled at because I would say what country I was in or whatever, When first of all, it was all public knowledge anyway. I wasn't spilling any secrets, but it's just so funny to me that they're all, they all want to be famous. But I'm not surprised because again, it's a movie. They're going to tell you the version of the story that's going to make sense to them and make them look good and everything like that. But yeah, he lied about a lot of things. Chris Kyle lied. They lied about uh, Pat Tillman when he got killed. Um, he got killed by his own people. It was friendly fire, and they lied about it to make it look like he got killed in combat in America and this. So they all lie. It's just so funny to me. I don't know when they're telling the truth. It's just they all lie so much, but of course they do. But
Yeah,
it's respectful to the people that didn't get to come home because they're gone and they can't speak up for themselves. And then you want to put all this crap out there about them, and disrespect them. And I have no tolerance for that.
yeah, like the guy who, Marcus Luttrell said everybody was gone, and then they didn't go back, and then when they went back, they found a guy who only been dead for a day,
Right. He
and it was
lived.
like 10 days later.
If they just would have went back, they could have saved him.
But this guy, he just assumed, or I don't know what the hell he wanted to do.
Exactly.
And then pretty much they tell him, you don't make this book to make you look good, so we're not embarrassed.
Yeah, they do it all the time. And it's funny because the opposite happened with the movie Behind Enemy Lines that Owen Wilson was in. Uh, the real guy ended up suing them and everything because the movie was completely false. He did not have to evade the enemy and fight the enemy like he did in the movie. It was
I mean, he
very
didn't run through a minefield and just.
no, none of that actually happened. He basically just like played dead for a couple days, and then he started moving around a little bit, and then he got to the black box and everything and hit it, and they found him. And yeah, he didn't have to kill anybody, and
You mean
I
he
read
didn't have the sign of the Hedgehog shield when he's running through
no,
the mines, so he
no,
doesn't get hit by.
none of that ever happened. Because I read his book, and none of that was in his book. It was actually he got very lucky. It was quite simple. But then he sued them because he said they never, that's not what happened. And I think he won too, but the movie still came in. I still like, again, at the end of the day, it's only a movie, but
Yeah.
it's a good movie, but none of that actually happened. Kind of like Bloodsport. Great movie, but none of that happened.